Welcome to ProTalks. Today I'm here with Stephen Spence from Project Map It. Thanks for being here, Stephen.
Appreciate you having me. Thank you,
Yeah.
Danielle.
Today we're going to be talking about all things marketing, social proof, and sales process. Can you give me a brief overview of what Project Map It is?
Yeah. So we're an interactive mapping portfolio, a digital portfolio. So any kind of residential or commercial contractor can drop all the pins of their past work on a map to showcase their local reputation. On each of those pins, that contractor can load photos of that job. They can put a Google or a Facebook review. Our system can bring in Google, can bring in Facebook reviews. Excuse me. Our system is also its own review platform. We're building out a pretty killer thing right now where you can build a landing page, ask for a review right on the spot. So as soon as the job is done, I can tap my card for the homeowner. There's little tap cards. Have you ever seen those?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So tap the card on the phone and a landing page will pop up that'll have Google, Facebook, Project Map It, Better Business Bureau, whatever they're looking for. So that's going to be pretty legit. That's going to be done in about 2 months. So we're pins on a map. We're reviews to display to a homeowner and for a salesperson to leverage and photos. We do have smart filters. That's kind of an important thing that everybody loves. So let's just pick roofing. If you are at a sales appointment and somebody's looking for a black roof or a purple roof, you can click a button that says black roof and the map changes interactively to only show that type of job. So
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
You mentioned digital portfolio.
Yep.
Tell me about what that is for somebody who doesn't understand that terminology.
Yeah, so remember the old school flip books, right? People like salespeople would come in and they'd be like, oh, I got a black roof somewhere in here, and they're flipping through to find those Polaroid pictures and stuff like that. We just have made that process digital and we've beefed it up, right? Because you can show 5 pins around a house. So interactive map, so a map of all your jobs. I can, like, if I'm sitting at the kitchen table at your house and I'm pitching my services to you, I can type your address in and it'll zoom into your address, which is pretty cool. And then I can zoom out a little bit and hopefully there's like 3, 4, 10, 15 pins around your house of work we've done. So that social proof, that homeowner will be like, oh, I know them right there. They're our good friends. If they did your job, if you did work for them, we want to do work with you. So it just helps kind of quickly access your past work. So digital portfolio just is simple, right? It's an interactive thing that you can quickly access jobs that are relevant to that prospect that you're sitting at the table with.
Awesome. What is social proof? And I know you speak about it a lot at certain TEED events. Tell me 3 quick things that you think contractors must have to know about it.
So social proof is just the mentality. It's the following the herd mentality. So if you owned a roofing company called Danielle's Roofing Company, if you had social proof that showed that you were the best in the area, you're going to win more jobs, right? So for social proof in this context, following the herd mentality, you want to have really good reviews. If I go to Danielle's Roofing Company that has 500 Google reviews and Steve's Roofing Company that has 20, I'm going to pick Danielle's Roofing Company 9 out of 10 times. So very good reviews, good social media presence, lots of videos. That's the big in these days, post videos of things that you're doing on the roof or in the kitchen, whatever service remodeling, whatever you're doing. So social media obviously is a big one, and your website's a huge one, right? Like your website's going to talk to more people than all of your sales reps combined. And I don't think a lot of contractors realize that or believe it, but it is true. Like we're in a digital era these days. Like the people that contractors are presenting to are more millennials. They're younger people that were digital natives. So they're on their phone, literally going to your website and looking up your Google reviews in seconds. Mm-hmm. So your website's a very important piece. And I think that's a big piece that contractors miss, to be totally honest with you.
Yeah.
I ask people all the time, like, so when you ask for a review, how many of you are asking for something other than Google? Or what reviews are asking for? And contractor raised their hand. I'm looking for Google reviews. Mm-hmm. And my follow-up question is, what if they don't have a Gmail account? Because they can't leave you a Google review. Mm-hmm. Then what happens? And he's like, and they like 9 out of 10 times they give me this look like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Either they didn't realize you needed a Gmail account to leave a Google review, or they just didn't think that people, God forbid, wouldn't have a Gmail account. So what our system does is you can build a public landing page that has not only Google, but it has like any of them. right? Project Map, it doesn't require login. That's why we're a good one. But Better Business Bureau, Angie, it doesn't matter. So when you tap it, like when you go on a social media all the time, you see like all the Google review cards. And they're like, get Google reviews and increase your online presence. Yeah, well, our company's taken a step further. It's like, get Google reviews. And oh, by the way, if they don't have Google, you can have an access to Facebook or anything else. So it's going to be, I think it's going to be a game changer. I'm excited.
Cool. I was looking at some contractors' websites last week, and they didn't have any lead tracking. Can you talk to me about how important lead tracking is alongside the social proof too when growing your business?
Yeah, I mean, being able to know where your leads are coming from is very important, right? Because if this lead source is not doing well as this lead source, then you're going to want to emphasize on the lead source that's bringing you more leads. I've learned recently, and I say this in every time I talk to people, I'm not a marketing agency. I'm not a guru. I just talk to a lot of marketing agencies because our product lives on a website. So I know a little bit. I think having forms on different landing page, the more forms, the better. Being able to track each of those forms, this page is performing better. Like a lot of, you kind of said it, a lot of contracting website companies, they have one page that has contact us. And the homeowner has to click on that page to be able to fill out a form or to call the office and request a free estimate, right? The more forms on more pages, the more you can track which pages are doing better for you. So for example, if somebody is Googling, contractor with great reviews near me, and all of a sudden TC Backer's website pops up in that link because the person put reviews in the search, is going to take them to the TC Backer page that has all of their reviews on it, right? Oh, look at all these reviews. Well, you want to have a form on that reviews page so that the homeowner doesn't have to click on any other page. They can, oh, look at all these reviews. Yeah, I'll request an estimate right now. Now TC Backer can know that reviews page is pulling in a lot of work. It's doing a lot of work to bring in those leads. So yeah, I think it's super important. I think equally as important, it's how a contractor follows up with those leads, right? Like people are, I in my stint working at Project Map, there was a month where I had to work for the previous owner's roofing company. And literally like a ping would come in. You know how your computer makes a little noise when an email comes in? The minute the email comes in, everybody gets like, oh my God. And they have like 60 seconds to pick up the phone and call that homeowner because a lead just came in from Home Advisor, Angie, or wherever the lead came in from. So like, yes, calling that lead is important. Now that was 6 years ago. Now we have things where if somebody calls it in, you can use a program like maybe Leap does this. Do you guys have like automated texts or emails that can go out when a phone? Yeah. Yep. So like, I think the process using a software like Leap is huge for not only tracking the leads, but also what to do when the lead comes in, because the quicker you can get to that lead, the better. We have a CRM called HubSpot that we use to run our company. And we finally started putting Google ads out there. Well, when somebody fills out a Google ad, our system will automatically send an email with a link to like our demo calendar or something like that. And we didn't have that in place at first. We put it in place, and now all of a sudden we're getting more demos set up on our online calendar. So the process of what you do with the lead is important. Leap can help with that, everybody.
That's all right. Let's go back to reviews. Do you think it's important to respond to reviews, and how would you go about doing that using a tool like Project Map It?
Yeah, so I think, and this is I'm not a marketing agency. I think getting reviews and how you get the reviews and responding to reviews is potentially the number one way that you can increase your SEO, that you can get a reputation, right? Like I just got a new HVAC unit. I Googled HVAC unit, Arnold, Maryland, where I live. 2 companies come up. Cornet HVAC, heating, cooling, Cornet heating, cooling, and then some other. I search both of them. The first thing I do is I see Cornet Heating and Cooling has 300 Google reviews, and this company had 23. Who am I picking? I'm picking Cornet, even if Cornet is more expensive than this company, right? Like anybody is probably going to get 2 or 3 estimates, right? So when they come out, a big thing with reviews, a big statistic, right, is a homeowner is willing to pay 31% more to a company with good reviews. So all these great contractors that are out there, which they are, because if you're watching this, you're a great contractor right now. You're going up against two other estimates. You might be bidding or quoting $5,000 more than this person, but you have a lot more Google reviews and you have a better social presence and you do more in the community, which I also think is an important thing for contractors to do work in the community, for the community. This contractor is going to still win over this person with a lower bid because of their social proof. And I don't want to keep going, but can I?
Yeah.
You got me hooked on reviews.
Go.
So a couple things about reviews. Number one, you asked about how to respond. Well, we started doing it in a project map. First of all, you have to make reviews important to your business. I didn't. To be totally honest with you, I didn't make them really important until I started presenting for Certainty the last 6 months. I've been going around presenting about review social proof. That's what I've been presenting on, funny enough. And each time I started thinking to myself, I'm talking about how important reviews are. And here I am at Project Map. We're not even asking for reviews. So you got to make it important and you got to ask. Do you know when the best time is to ask for a review, Miss Danielle? When would be the best time to ask for a review?
Right. When the project is done.
You got it. So a lot of contractors are always raising their hand to answer this question for me. And they're like at the height of their best experience with the company, which is when that roof just got installed, that kitchen just got done. So contractors ask for a review when a job is done. If you have a way to do that, text messaging, you can do that. Before you leave and walk off the property, hey, I'm going to text over a link to the review. That works. The best way to convert a lead or to convert a review for someone to fill out a review is, having them open up that review right there while you're there. You don't need to hover over them while they're typing it, unless you want to be a creepy person. But, those tap cards, you can click, hey, do you think I did a good job on your house? Yeah, you did a great job, Steve. Cool. Would you be willing to leave a review? We're a small business. One of the best ways for us to get more business is through reviews like yours. Yeah, absolutely. I have this tap card. Can you get out your phone? Tap. Opens up to a Google review or whatever. That's the best time to get a review. Another thing, ask the person to put an employee's name in that review. The reason is if you look at Project Map It, if you went to Project Map It right now and read our reviews, last 10, 15, 20 of them, they'll have like, Ashley did such a great job. Perla was amazing. And that's because Google, all the search engines, the spiders that are crawling your company's data, they see that review and they know that review is not fake. Right? It knows that Perla works for Project Map It because that's somewhere on the internet, and Perla's name is in that review, so it gives credibility to that review, which is a good thing for your SEO. And yes, always reply to your reviews. When you reply to a review, reply using SEO key terms for your industry. If you're a bathroom remodeler, it's, hey, we love putting that Kohler toilet in your bathroom. Name manufacturers, throw a city in there that they live in, put the color of the shingle that you did on that. So putting SEO key terms within your replies is just as important.
Yeah, definitely. It's all about customer experience. It sounds like with Project Map It, just improving not only before the sales rep gets to the appointment,
you're gonna get me
but
going.
During and after too.
You're gonna get me going, Danielle.
What do you want to say?
Yeah. So it's another thing I present on, right? Like 57%, that homeowner, their mind is already made up 57% of the way. So 57% of that buying power from that homeowner is done before that rep even knocks on that door.
Yep.
So like I always tell two things, and one has nothing to do with Project Map It, one does. Pre-appointment email, man. Leap, you guys have automation emails. It goes from a lead to a set appointment. Have your Leap CRM send an automatic email, and in that email, don't make it a bland, hey, John's going to be out there Saturday at 2:00. If you have any questions, call the office. Here's our number. Beef it up. Put a video of John. Put a video of John introducing John, number one, and have John talk about his personal life. I'm not saying like personal, like in deep stuff, but like, hey, I'm John. Got a dog, Cassidy. I love my dog. I'm an avid skateboarder, whatever. When we come out to your house, you have options, right? We can sit at the table. That takes about 25 minutes. We'll share our company story using a digital presentation that we use. It's called Leap. We'll share that with you at the table. Or if you'd rather, we can just walk around the house. We can get up on the roof, talk to you about the pain points, and I can shoot over a proposal using, again, what we use is Leap to send over that proposal. You tell us what it is. So having a video of that sales rep go out before the sales rep knocks on the door, it brings human quality, like it's the human source there. Like a lot of people this day and age, they don't know who they're talking to, right? People want to know who they're talking to.
It also gives them a visual of the person
100%.
who's coming to the house beforehand, kind of like a little, like I know what this person looks like now.
And
now
what
I feel comfortable.
Right. And what if your kid is a skateboarder?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, hey, John, like I saw a video, man, you're an avid skateboarder. My kid, John, like Sally over here is a great skateboarder too.
Yeah.
Maybe you guys can talk. So it brings in that human element that's missing. And then also like absolutely putting a link to our project, your digital portfolio, whether you're using us or another digital portfolio, putting a link there that says, hey, check out the work we've done in your area. You can see reviews from our past customers, pictures of our work. You can even filter down into the type of roofing color that you're looking for. Here's a link. And then you put that link to your website where Project Map It lives.
Cool.
So,
yeah, I love that. We talked a little bit about SEO. How does Project Map It bridge the gap on SEO knowledge with contractor customers?
Yeah. So this is always a sticky subject for us. We do have an SEO component. It requires work just like anything. So I think what contractors probably know already, SEO is derived, you can increase your SEO, and it's the way you do it is through written content, right? Like contractors paying $200, $400 a month for a website cut for their marketing agency to write blogs. Those blogs are, about the company with enriched SEO key terms, roof replacement in Anaheim, California, whatever. That's what those spiders are crawling on, SEO spiders, right? The search engines are looking at that data. In our system, that's why reviews are important, right? It's not the star rating, the 5-star. It's what the person wrote and what your response is. All that written components of your company. That's what the search engines are crawling. So now that we know SEO 101, that written content is very important to drive SEO. Our system, you're allowed to put project descriptions. You can write like we have a few competitors out there. They're great, not complaining. We all do it. Like you can write a project description and say, this was a roof replacement that we did in, Columbia, Maryland. We installed a Certainty Landmark Pro Moray black roof. All that stuff will help get crawled by those search engines. Our system takes it a step further. You can, in the project description, you can hyperlink to anywhere on the website, right? So if you're putting on a Certainty Landmark shingle, you can highlight Certainty Landmark and hyperlink it to Certainty's website, right? Certainty gets millions of hits a year on traffic. So that's kind of like a referring domain. You can hyperlink it, more importantly, and hyperlink those job descriptions back to your website. So like our system 100% is geared towards bringing traffic to your website. So every pin you open up on your map, you might have 1,000 pins. Every single pin has a little call to action button that says schedule an appointment now, and you click on it, it takes you to the company's website. The written descriptions, you can backlink it to your website. So all of that ends up playing a role in SEO. You have to be willing to write job descriptions, which contractors sometimes don't have the power or the time or whatever, the bandwidth to do that. So that's the caveat, right? Like, are contractors going to do it? If you want leads and stuff and you want to have a better presence online, you need to put in the work.
Yeah, definitely. And I think if a contractor is willing to invest in a tool like Project Map It, then they're likely in a place where they are trying to drive more leads to their website.
Yeah.
That's probably their goal, right? So
Correct.
With that, who uses a tool like Project Map It? Is it somebody in the office? Are they paying somebody outside to manage it and write those descriptions? Typically, how do you see that happening with your customers?
When we sell Project Map It, we say buy us as a sales tool. That's what we were made for. That's what we take pride in. When you walk to a house and you're sitting with a homeowner, this happened, right? I sat in on a roof inspection. He was using a presentation. He went to the last slide. He said, the last slide's my favorite slide because it means the presentation's over. It also means, or it also shows you why you should pick us over the other two. By then, that rep already knew that who he was going against. He was going against another GF Presidential Award winner. He was going against a low baller. Okay. He swipes to the left and shows Project Map. It out of the lady's mouth was, Jesus, is that all the work you've done in our area? He's like, yep. She goes, that's amazing. And he was able to filter all the way down to where they were sitting at the kitchen table and show like 3 or 4 pins around her house. So like we were built for sales. So when somebody really loves our SEO component, I always say this. We always say, look, don't buy us for SEO. If you think that we're going to help you get millions of leads, we don't want you to buy us. Like we would rather you understand that we're a sales tool first that lives on your website, which also is a nice little marketing portion of our product. With that said, to answer your question, not everybody takes advantage of writing job descriptions because they're not as concerned about the SEO. Maybe they already have SEO because they've been around for 30 years and their website's killing it. Office administrators will write job descriptions. We make it simple. We say, look, log in once a week or twice a week for 15 or 20 minutes. You don't need to write a project description for every single job you've done. So you may have done 10 roofs that week, but only write like 2 or 3 project descriptions. Backlink every description to some page on your website. Over time, we have analytics that show that Project Mapit is like the number one referring domain to that company's website. So we do know that if you do it right, it'll drive traffic to your website. Sometimes they get the people in the field that do it. They call them check-ins. Our competitors call them check-ins too. It's the same thing, right? You go in, person opens up our web app. They say, hey, this was a great job that we did in Columbia, Maryland, and they write it on their phone. It just needs to be like 2 or 3 sentences long. So sometimes they do it, sometimes the owner does it, and sometimes no one does it. Every once in a while, they will pay their marketing agency to do it.
Cool. Other than Google reviews, what are other social proofs that people often neglect?
Yeah, I mean, with Google reviews, every contractor wants a Google review. If the person does not have a Gmail account, they can't leave you a Google review. So like, I just want a contractor to, so before I even answer that question, I want contractors to understand, like, if you're only asking for Google reviews in that email that gets automated or the person that asks at the door, hey, can you leave me a Google review? They don't have a Gmail account, they can't leave you a Google review. So let's just understand that right away. You need to have other options other than just Google to leave a review. So whether that's Facebook, Better Business Bureau, or anything like that, it's important to have that backup when they don't. Project Map, it doesn't require a login. So they can click Project Map and leave a review. And it's still the written content that search engines are crawling. So even not getting a Google review and not getting a review at all, getting any kind of review is still going to be better than that. So, and then what was the question? You said social proof. What was the question?
Oh, what other types of social proof are they neglecting?
Yeah. Another thing that I know contractors neglect all the time, and usually if they have a marketing agency, their marketing agency will do it once a week or twice a month, is their Google Business Updates posts. Like there's a section, so contractors, if you don't know this, Google your name and look at your Google Business profile on that right-hand side and scroll down, and there's an update section. Do you post there? Like I ask contractors all the time, you're trying to get found on what? And they're like, Google. I'm like, all right, well, Google has literally a place that you can post for them. Like just post there. On average, I think people do it twice a month. But I was talking to Michael Stearns over to Send Digital, and he's like, as often as you want, man. Like it's not going to hurt. So posting to your GBP, your Google Business Profile, is a huge neglected. It's one of I think the most neglected ones that contractors aren't doing. By the way, in Project Mapit, if you're in a project, we have a direct integration with Google Business. So as long as you have one picture in that project, in Project Mapit, you can click a button that says, I want to post to my Google Business Profile, and it'll post it right there for you. So that is a big neglected one.
Awesome. Thank you.
You're welcome.
In a few steps, can you give me your optimal sales process?
Yep. Yeah, so a lead comes in. Hopefully they're using a CRM that has automations. Those automations can be texting. They can be emails. I think it's probably a good idea to have someone at the call center, whether you have a call center, but someone that calls. So lead comes in, boom, we're hitting that customer pretty quickly. In that funnel, when the lead comes in and they get that text, it should have something like a video of the owner, right? Do something different instead of just like, hey, I saw the lead came in. So that communication right away from the lead, let's put something a little bit more than just, hey, give us a call if you're interested. Like, let's put in a video of the owner giving the message, something about the company story. Lead gets set. Now there's maybe another automation where an appointment was set, automatic email that goes out, and it goes off of what we just talked about earlier. Like 57% of that buying power is done before you even go out to that house. So let's beef up that email, or let's make it a personal call every single time, just depending on the volume that your company is doing, right? If you're a fencing company, you're doing 500 fences a month. So just whatever works best in your industry. But appointment set, boom, email goes out. That email should have a video. Videos are huge this day and age. People want to see videos. Again, millennials are the ones that are asking for the services that you provide. So let's give the millennials what they want. They want videos. They're on TikTok all the time. Let's give them a video of the sales rep. Give them a link to a portfolio that lives on your website, whether that's our portfolio or someone else. I think, and this is just from my experience over the last 6 months presenting, because I've heard from a lot of contractors and they've given us their 2 cents. I think it's important to have 2 types of sales when you're at the house, 2 types of processes. One is you're just assessing the damage or the problem or what the customer is asking for, and you're talking to them, and obviously you're playing nice and getting them to love you. That's what good salespeople do. You're building that relationship. And then maybe you say, hey, I'm going to go back to the office. I'll get you a quote in the next 24 hours, or depending on how quickly you can get that quote, you get that quote. So you're just talking to them because that's what the homeowner wants. The other option, and I think is the more preferred option, again, because we're talking to millennials more and more these days, is having a sit-down digital presentation. Whether that's a proposal tool, whether that's a presentation tool out there, but something that visually tells your company's story. People want to know it. I don't think you need to have an hour sit down. I think a nice 20 to 25 minute sit down at the kitchen table, going through some slides to tell your company's story, telling them what kind of community stuff you do, telling them about the materials and the products that you use and the certifications that you have, showing them right before you tell them it's going to cost $15,000 for this job, showing them why they should choose you, i.e. maybe like a portfolio like ours or whatever. I think that can go a long way. I don't think many contractors are doing that. So if you're a contractor that wants to stand out over your competitors, those are the things you can do. I like the 2 options because some people don't want me to sit down at the kitchen table. They want me to look at it. They want me to tell them how much it's going to be, and they want me to go. Some people want me to. So I think having both those, and maybe that pre-appointment email or that phone call from the office person, maybe that's a question they have. Like, would you like me just to walk around, or would you like me to sit down? We have a 25-minute presentation. You can learn all about our company story.
Yeah, setting that expectation beforehand.
Yeah, and nobody does that. I guarantee you there are not many contractors that think that way, having those options.
Yeah. And even to carry that sales process through a little bit further, showing them what your warranty is, and then payment options is huge too. I know in Sales Pro we have 12 different lenders that somebody can choose from, and it really helps give them, a really fast financing approval, and then also just do you want to pay card? Do you want to pay cash? Do people still use checks to pay?
No. I just heard, I heard like, and I could be wrong here, but at the last event I was at, one of the finance people that were there a moment, they said that like 20% of the contractors out there offer financing. I don't know. I mean, do you know? Is that like
it's
accurate? It's low?
It's low.
It's crazy to me.
Yeah.
I just got a new HVAC unit, $8,000. I got siding that had to be wrapped on my sunroom because my sunroom was leaking. $7,500. My wife and I wouldn't be able to afford that unless there was financing. One of the first things I ask a company when I call them is, do you offer financing?
Yeah.
That stat blew me away. So I didn't answer the whole sales thing like you said. So I'm glad you brought that up. But financing is huge. I'm shocked when I hear the contractors don't offer financing.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think if you use a tool like Sales Pro, and that's Leap's sales in-home sales tool, we pride ourselves in that it happens quickly and then securely, and you have several options.
I mean, it's so quick now. The way people can get finance options.
You can get approved by 7 different lenders in a couple minutes.
That's what happened with my HVAC unit that went up right before winter.
Yeah.
Yeah. So no, yeah, I think all of that's very important.
Cool. Awesome. I think, we've answered a ton of questions today. I want to do some like rapid fire questions.
Okay.
You ready for it?
I'm horrible at rapid fire questions, but yes.
What's your favorite potato?
Russet.
I thought you were going to say like French fries or mash.
That's the first thing I thought of, russet.
Okay, cool.
I like the little red ones though, actually.
Yes, baby potatoes, great.
Are good.
Oh, that's good. Okay, you're a roofer or a remodeler and you just got a bad review. What do you do?
I smile and I answer the review honestly. Hey, we screwed up, or maybe I just say, I hope that we solved the problems that you had. This is rapid fire, so I should stop right there. But Google likes a 1-star review because it shows that you're human.
Interesting. Okay, what's scarier for a contractor? Leads from SEO or leads from organic social media?
Yes. Is that a good enough answer?
Yes.
Both.
Okay, one more. Your job's complete and you forgot to ask for a review. How do you approach the customer on how to get one?
How do I ask for it after I forgot? Probably a text message is the best option there. Or if someone goes back to collect that check, whatever, if you can see them in person, that's the best time.
Okay. Unless they didn't pay for a check.
True.
Hopefully they used financing.
So text is the best. Email a couple times. Maybe have someone call and ask.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, thanks for being here today.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Yeah.